Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To my respected lecturer, Sir Yusuf bin Haji Yusuf, I hope you are in pink of health. First of all, thank you so much for all the knowledge and guidance you share with us throughout the subject of ISB550 tax and zakat planning, and also for this assignment. For our presentation today, we prepared a video to present our assignment in a clear and structured way. We hope this format will help deliver our points effectively and make it easier to understand the topic we work on. So, without further delay, we hope you find our presentation meaningful and informative. Let's begin.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So now I will present about the introduction of this zakat. Today I will briefly share about zakat, one of the 5 pillars of Islam. It is a mandatory act of worship where eligible Muslims give a portion of their wealth to those in need. The word zakat means to purify and grow, reflect its purpose of cleansing wealth and soul. Zakat is not just a charity or tax, it's a religious duty mentioned often in the Quran and Hadith. Alongside prayer, it purifies wealth, reduces greedy and nurture care for others. Social zakat ensure fair wealth distribution and support the poor, helping reduce poverty and inequality in fund, education, healthcare and welfare for the community. In Malaysia, Federal Territory Majlis Agama Islam Wilayah Persekutuan MAWIP is responsible for zakat affair through Pusat Pungutan Zakat PPZ for collection and Baitul Mal for distribution. MAWIP also run program like Wakalah Zakat to improve service and assist the asnaf effectively. In short, zakat is both a spiritual obligation and a social tool for community welfare managed efficiently by MAWIP in line with Islamic principle. So now I will briefly explain about the Federal Territories of Malaysia, which include Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya and Labuan. Kuala Lumpur is the national capital, while Putrajaya is the administrative centre, and Labuan serves as an international financial hub. These territories were established at different times: Kuala Lumpur in 1974, Labuan in 1984, and Putrajaya in 2001, and are unique because they are governed directly by the federal government, not by state government like the other 13 states in Malaysia. Local administration is handled by federal appointed bodies: Kuala Lumpur City Hall, DBKL, Putrajaya Corporation, Labuan Corporation. When it comes to Islamic affairs, unlike the state where state religious authority manage this matter, the Federal Territory have their Islamic affairs administrated by federal agency due to the absence of state governance. In short, the Federal Territories are unique regions under centralized federal control, both political governance and religious administration.
Now we'll talk about State Religious Council. As we know, MAWIP is governed by a chairman, a secretary, CEO and a council of expert members supported by operational division and strategic committee. There are various types of committees in MAWIP such as Batumal, Wakaf Committee, Strategic Planning Committee and Property Development Committee. So each of these committee has specific scopes, decision making authority and reporting duties under MAWIP. In this slide, firstly, the chairman of MAWIP, we have Yang Berusaha Tuan Syed Kamarul Zaman Syed Kabir. Next is the secretary, which is Datuk Umar Ajib Ismail. Not only that, we have Deputy CEO for Operation, which is Datuk Ahmad Nizam Yahya, and lastly Deputy CEO for Management, which is Muhammad Fauzi Abidin. And now during my research, I found that MAWIP has provide their strategic plan for the year 2021 until 2025, which focus on empowering and enterprising. In this plan, it also states that strategic elements such as 6 strategic trust, 26 strategy, 63 initiative, and 26 key indicators. So these include improving religious education, most access, quality Islamic services, dakwah, property, zakat, law enforcement, and halal business development. Besides that, there are 2 agencies that have relationship with MAWIP. For the first one is BPZ MAWIP, which is a zakat collection. This agency has collected zakat in 2022 for RM 932.2 million ringgit. This agency has launched Zakat Pay, salary deductions, corporate zakat programs, and also handled zakat fitrah since the year 2022. Next agency is Jawi, the religious administration that handle Islamic education like kafah and sekolah menengah agama, mosque operation, dakwah, enforcement of Islamic law. It also play a central role in Sharia law enforcement and family affairs. So these two agencies ensure that MAWIP policies are operationalized and enforced effectively. Here in this slide, I insert the image of Chairman PPZ MAWIP, which is Datuk Seri Amrin Awaluddin. Next, Deputy CEO for Operation for PPZ MAWIP, which is Muhammad bin Hassan. Next, Chief Executive Officer, which is CEO for PPZ MAWIP, which is Datuk Haji Abdul Hakim Amir Osman. And Mufti PPZ MAWIP, Sahibus Samahah, Datuk Prof. Madya Dr. Luqman Haji Abdullah, and lastly the Director of Jawi, which is Haji Hanafuddin. Now I will talk about MAWIP Online and Community Services. So since MAWIP has online and community services, MAWIP has modernized its service delivery with numerous digital platforms. For example, MAWIP Now, that is a one-stop online platform. Next, e-bayaran, payment for zakat, fidyah and wakaf. Not only that, MAWIP also has mobile jejak asnaf, which is Moja, the real-time asnaf locator. And there are many more MAWIP online and community services such as Ifaraid dan Pusaka, Kafara, Lokota, Wang Tak Patuh Syariah, Ikejaya, SPS PMA, SPS SMEM, and SPS I Permata. So the services increase accessibility, transparency, and inclusivity, especially for asnaf, women, students, and professionals. So MAWIP also has the zakat distribution that covers 6 key clusters, which is welfare, health, protection, education, economic, and ummah development. So all of this structure approach ensure holistic and needs-based aid distribution. MAWIP also have education and protection institution. For education institutions, MAWIP has College University Antarabangsa MAWIP, which is UCMI, Permata MAWIP for junior and kids, SMA MAWIP at KL and Labuan, Semesta, and Institut Kemahiran Baitumal Darul Ilmi, Pondok Modern Al-Abakirah. UCMI also run health services, career training to Japan and Germany, and wakaf education via My Rahmah. Meanwhile, protection institution, for example, Darul Kifayah and Darul Sa'adah. So both of these fully funded by MAWIP and represent its role in holistic social support. Not only that, MAWIP also has provide their latest news, which is on May 2025 on event of Majlis Rahmah Mesra NGO and Rakan Seduci 1446 Hijrah bersamaan 2025 Masihi. In this news, it stated that RM 59.35 million allocated to NGO programs. So it have collaboration with 50 plus NGOs to empower asnaf that focus on welfare, protection, economy, education, health, and ummah development. And it officiated by YB Senator Datuk Seri Dr. Haji Muhammad Naim, and it cast has MAWIP Chairman, Berkim, and Academic Menji. Last but not least, MAWIP also has economic entities and subsidiaries, which is it operates several commercial and social business arms to ensure long-term financial sustainability and empower the asnaf community. So this subsidiary allow MAWIP to operate not only as a religious body but also as a Sharia compliant social enterprise. So in this table, it has various types of subsidiary of MAWIP. For example, MAWIP Dagang, MAWIP Healthcare, Institut Profesional Baitumal, Hospital Pusrawi, Harta Suci, Yayasan Taqwa Wilayah Persekutuan, and College Sains Perubatan Antarabangsa Pusrawi.
Moreover, I will talk about law in Zakat MAWIP. Firstly, for implementation of PPZ MAWIP, PPZ MAWIP 1991 modernized zakat management in federal territory by computerizing operation, introducing computerized system, and focusing on customer-oriented, transparent zakat collection. For example, PPZ MAWIP has adopted blockchain technology and smart contract to enable real-time, transparent zakat transaction, increasing public confidence and collection efficiency. Second one is legal framework. The Administration of Islamic Law Federal Terrorists Act 1993 empowers MAWIP to administer zakat in compliance with Sharia. For example, the Federal Terrorist Sharia Legal Consultative Committee issue fatwas to ensure zakat activities comply with Islamic jurisprudence, while the BAKHTIAR Division manage zakat distribution under MAWIP authority. Third one is zakat categories and payment method. Zakat covers diverse wealth type beyond zakat fitrah, with MAWIP facilitating multiple modern payment channels and ensuring distribution according to 8 asnaf categories. For example, for payment channel including physical counters, online portals, mobile apps, and the monthly salary deduction scheme. B. Distribution program such as debt education, sponsorship, healthcare, business capital, and food aid. Number 4 is enforcement and tax benefits. MAWIP enforce regulation under Sharia law with misuse punishable with zakat. Zakat payment also qualify for full tax relief under Malaysia Islamic Tax Act 9 schedule with its state list. For example, misuse of zakat fund can be prosecuted under the Sharia Criminal Offences Act 1997, and zakat contributors receive full tax deduction under Section 6A3 of the Income Tax Act 1967.
Now, let us look at the operation of zakat under MAWIP. Zakat in the Federal Territories is governed by the Administration of Islamic Law, Federal Territories Act 1993. MAWIP is the main authority responsible for both collection and distribution of zakat. To ensure transparency, these roles are divided. PPZ MAWIP handles the collection, while BAKHTIAR MAWIP manage the distribution. PPZ MAWIP uses a multi-channel system to make zakat payment more convenient and accessible. This includes physical counters in Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya, and Labuan, online platforms such as zakat7.com.my, internet banking, and also salary deduction through the scheme potongan zakat bulanan and auto debit options. This system reflects MAWIP's efforts to support urban lifestyles and encourage technology adoption in zakat management. Moving on to zakat collection and distribution under MAWIP. In 2023, zakat collection reached 909.99 million ringgit, and in 2024, it increased by 10% to 1.13 billion ringgit. The highest contributor was income zakat, amounting to 772 million ringgit or 68%, followed by business zakat at 183 million ringgit, while the rest came from savings, gold, pensions, and others. There were around 1.8 million contributors in 2024, reflecting strong public participation. As for distribution, BAKHTIAR MAWIP channels zakat to the 8 asnaf categories including fakir, miskin, mu'allaf, and fisabilillah. Several targeted schemes are used such as education aid with 68.67 million for scholarships and school needs, healthcare assistance at 28.64 million ringgit, economic empowerment worth 1.17 million ringgit, and community development totaling 118.43 ringgit million. Interestingly, although only 643.21 million ringgit was collected in 2024, 726.89 million was distributed, demonstrating MAWIP's firm commitment to fulfilling the needs of the Ummah even beyond its collected funds. Next, we look at the application of zakat through MAWIP and PPZ. Now, let us explore the application of zakat under MAWIP. MAWIP practices a strategic and holistic zakat distribution guided by the principles of Maqasid al-Shari'ah. This approach is not limited to financial aid. Instead, it also focuses on education, empowerment, and social protection, aiming to preserve faith life, intellect, lineage, and wealth. In terms of outreach, MAWIP implements mobile jejak asnaf, which is Moja, to identify and assist asnaf in remote areas. It also operates MAWIP schools and the Institute Kemahiran BAKHTIAR or IKB to provide skills and training for long-term independence. MAWIP also embraces innovation and digital services platforms like e-Bayaran and Mawib now offer services for zakat, wakaf, fidyah, faraid and pusaka, ensuring both accessibility and transparency. Additionally, Mawib supports social protection institutions such as Dar As-Saadah, which provides rehabilitation and training for women, and Darul Kifayah, which offers care and education for orphans. This ensures holistic well-being across physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. Now, let us move on to the application of zakat through PPZ Mawib. PPZ Mawib is responsible for collecting zakat, while the distribution is handled by Baitumal Mawib. Its role ensures efficiency, transparency, and accountability in the overall zakat system. In terms of impact in 2024, over 1.16 billion ringgit was distributed to 11,551 asnaf, supporting sectors such as education, economy, health and welfare. PPZ aims to increase this to 1.34 billion ringgit in 2025, reflecting its growing outreach. PPZ Mawib is also promotes modern zakat payment methods. These include physical counters, mobile services like Right to You, and online platforms such as e-wallets, Auto Debits, My Zakat and My Maukalah, ensuring convenience for all contributors. In addition, PPZ supports educational and economic empowerment through vocational training at Institute Kemahiran Baitumal in fields like IT, culinary arts, and automotive. It is also raises awareness on zakat types such as income, EPF and gold, and runs programs like Azkar PPZ, Wakaf Tunai, and loyalty initiatives.
In conclusion, the administration of zakat in Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur by Mawib proved how effective, transparent and Sharia compliant management can maximize the impact of zakat. With strong system and collection, distribution and community program, Mawib ensures zakat not only help the needy but also support the long-term welfare and community resilience. This example shows the importance of good institutional management in turning religious obligation into meaningful social solution.